guys hear me?
Considering the fact that Emerson is not on screen, I'm
What happened? I was doing a test, and then I look
out
up
of
and
the
he's
way.
not here. That's crazy. I'm gonna use our video feed
For what?
just for the YouTube version, even though I'm gonna start doing MP3
All
versions.
right, now I look nuts now.
You look the coolest one out of all of us.
I look insane. It's like why?
Are you screen recording this too?
Yeah, I might as well.
The news I just received.
I mean, if y'all
Yeah.
don't want me to, I don't have to.
I mean,
All right, I won't do
You
it.
can-
But I'm gonna look
you
at.
can screen record it. It's I don't know about uploading the screen.
yeah, right. If you want to, jack off at home to it.
Y'all are private.
Oh, it's like
Yeah, I'm private as fuck, bro. What the fuck?
Emerson's hella private. He doesn't.
I don't believe in uploading your fucking face all over the internet and all this. This shit is weird, man. Like, I don't believe in that shit.
I thought
Considering-
I thought CJ's was like specifically designed for what he wanted to be seen.
no, this is literally what I was. This is how it was before I turned it on.
All right, one of y'all has to tell me a story about getting in a physical altercation while playing
Listen, that's
video
not
games.
how you introduce the topic on a podcast. You don't just drop like, all right, someone tell me something about getting in a fight.
Well,
I got a topic.
I'm just wondering. All right.
Why do men start podcasts instead of going to therapy?
That's like a fucking meme.
Right, but
I'm just
it bears answering.
there's something
Matthew.
about games that makes us turn on each other, and I wonder what it is about it.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, it's competitive. Anything competitive where there's a winner and a loser is going to cause fights.
I never have gotten in a physical altercation over games. I've seen my friends do it when we were younger, but not like me. Like, I'm not stupid.
Well, what happened when you were younger?
All right, listen. You can't.
Well, it sounds like
I'm
CJ
not
does have
stupid.
an example because you just
Yeah,
offended
like
him.
I'm not stupid. Like getting in a fight over a video game as a kid doesn't make you stupid.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it makes you a man. You know, it's part.
Be a man.
The rite of
Punch your
passage.
friend in the mouth over
Yeah.
Halo.
Exactly. It's part of the rite of passage.
It makes you a man. So what did they do before games existed? There's just no men.
No, we had
they
war,
just
bro.
fought over any-
We literally stabbed each other like over
Yeah.
fucking all
There's
kinds
a
of
lot
shit.
more. Yeah, there's a lot more gateways to physical confrontation.
Right. You used to be allowed to fight. Like they used to fucking duel in America. Like now you can't even fight without the cops getting called or somebody. You know what I mean? Like you can't do. You're not allowed to duel.
Battery.
Do you think that it's a good thing or a bad thing that you're not allowed to duel?
It's a bad thing, bro. CJ agrees with me.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like
Dueling? You mean like old school, like walk 10
No,
paces
no.
and turn around
No.
and fucking quick
No,
draw?
I mean you should be able to challenge a man upon your honor to fucking lethal combat. Like that should be completely legal.
over what?
That
Over
would solve
over what scenario?
over anything. If he accepts, then you guys fucking duel. Like it doesn't matter
no,
what
no,
it is. Like
no, you don't accept. It's not a matter of accepting. It's either happening. Like you don't decide if it happens. Like John said, you know.
right, but I'm saying like
it's not you.
as I understand it, it was about like it's not like I'm gonna jump this guy. You know what I mean? It's like I challenge your honor. Like you're a yellow belly coward. Like, I challenge you to a duel, and if he doesn't accept, then it's like okay, you're a pussy. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool until you get jumped.
You can't just reference John. Like you have to explain to the listeners who you're talking about. Like John.
I don't need to explain it, John.
That's not one of those names like a Kobe or LeBron. It's just fucking John.
I don't need to explain it.
Okay.
Look it up.
Look it up. Google John.
Look it up.
So what are the childhood scenarios where you got in a fight, both of you?
I didn't like I said, I didn't get in a fight, but fucking my friend we had a LAN party, you know, and it was like one of my friends was like he was either screen looking or like team killing to troll one of my friends. whatever he was doing, it was over Halo. And they literally started fighting. Like, dude fucking punched him in the face. And then my other friend, we were all really into airsoft, so we all had like replica like airsoft guns. My friend had a fucking replica M1 Garand, and he fucking like melee like it was a video game, bro. He like hit this kid in the face with the butt of it,
Like
and the
pistol
kid
whipped
fell
him.
over. No, like it was a M1 Garand, so it's a rifle. It's like a World War II rifle replica. He fucking like hits him in the face with the butt of it. The kid falls over. He hits him in the face again, and then he like starts like trying to choke him with it, bro. Like,
So
like, like
do you
on.
think games
I'm gonna
cause
interrupt.
violence? Because that sounds
No.
pretty fucking
I
violent.
got I got a question.
no, games don't cause violence, bro.
There's a really big thing we're missing here.
What?
How old are the participants at this point?
Fucking 13.
That's kind of old.
I don't know if I believe that games cause violence, but this man was trying to kill his friend. He's choking him out with
little
He
a
wasn't, he
rifle.
wasn't trying to kill him. He was just they were just fighting, man. I mean, dude, people saying games cause violence is stupid as shit, bro. The oldest fucking recorded written stories in text, Gilgamesh, it has mad fucking violence. Gilgamesh is killing beasts and killing men and fucking their daughters, and that's fucking like whatever year BC, right? Like the fact that video games are violent is just a product of humans being storytellers and violence being a component of the natural world and us being violent. Like it's not that games make people violent. Like wargaming and violence exists long before that shit. So I don't even know why people ever even fucking like said that. You know what I mean? Like
But
that's just dumb.
but does it have to be mutually exclusive? Like, can't they both be true? That we're warlike and games cause violence?
Not really.
CJ, weigh in on this.
I think violence is a result of any form. Like it's just what you see. I don't think you can. It's not like games cause violence because it's like the same shit that's in games is what's in books,
Real life.
is what's in
Exactly.
movies, is what's in real life, like you said. So it's not games. I mean, if you want to say like maybe there's some psychological element to like a first person shooter putting like your eyes behind the gun, maybe. I don't know. Like maybe there's a study. Like I could see the case in that sense as like maybe that's more, you know, it has a larger effect on your psyche than say like playing with GI Joes and it's like a little toy in front of you to like actually be behind like a rifle. Maybe.
But see, it's like the group because you guys are missing a detail what I just said, right? The group of kids I was playing Halo with is like we were playing paintball, we were playing airsoft, we were simulating fucking
Yeah, so y'all are already
war. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's not the games, bro. Like that shit.
well, yeah. I mean, it's but
It-
it's all of it. It's like a combination of all of it.
Yeah, it can't help. Certainly doesn't reduce violence.
Like, yeah, it's not like y'all were violent and you blame it on the games, or you could also blame it on the fact that you were playing with those guns too. Like,
Right. But you asked, do video games cause violence?
right.
I blame the parents. Where were the parents at during all this?
Right. Because I've never fucking punched anybody in the face. And this kid specifically, like these two kids, they would always, get hot headed and fight and shit. Like that's just how some people are. Like,
Yeah.
Plus, our parents
Yeah,
were the
I mean,
ones buying us these replica guns. Like, I had a fucking.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have the replica guns. I wasn't allowed to have the super soakers. I wasn't allowed.
You couldn't have a super soaker?
No,
Like
y'all
the
never
fucking
told me?
bright orange and purple and green shit.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't play with Nerf guns. I couldn't play with super soakers. I couldn't do anything that looked like a gun. It was
Damn.
off limits. For the reason we're talking about. So I didn't have like. I mean, I understand it, right? I don't think kids like. I don't think it does any good for any kid to have like a replica gun.
Right. But also, like, you couldn't have a super soaker?
I can't have
Like,
a super soaker. I mean, it
that's
looks like a
pretty
gun.
extreme.
It
It
is
shoots
extreme.
water.
But it's like if you're gonna like we're even talking about, if you're gonna do one thing, you might as well go all the way. If you're gonna say you can't play shooting video games and then your kid's playing with fucking the replica gun, it's like what the fuck? It's like pointless. You might as well just go all the way and say anything that looks like a gun, you cannot have anything to do with.
Right? I don't know, man. I think violence is an individual choice. Like, we're not fucking animals. Like, you use your mind. And if you don't, then, that's you, but it's not I don't think you can ever blame some medium for X, Y, or Z.
So CJ,
I would be quicker to blame the airsoft and the fucking paintball that's actually putting you in a combat scenario, bro. Like we used to run
Yeah,
like
100%.
scenarios. Like we used to do like fucking we would do with paintball. One team goes and hides in the woods, and the other team is walking down this path, and they have to repel the ambush or whatever. Like we would storm. There was an airsoft place in Georgia. I can't remember the name of it, bro. It was airsoft and paintball. People had fucking paint grenades and grenade launchers that shot like 50 pellets. Like there was like a castle that like we run entire wargaming scenarios, you know what I mean? But I'm saying like that's no different than like lions, play fighting or whatever, and then they use those same skills. Like it's like nature's violence, bro. Like it's not even humanity. Violence preceded us.
Right, but you don't. I don't think now you don't really need violence.
You don't, but that I mean like what does that mean, bro?
Like I'm saying, like you're talking about like lions play fighting and shit, and then use the skills. Like a kid doesn't need fucking rifle skills.
Right, but then we grow up and we encourage men to be soldiers and we legalize.
Yeah, but if I don't want my kids to be fucking soldiers, then I'll just I'll shut the valve off on all that shit.
Right, but that's not most of humanity though.
Right,
Because otherwise we wouldn't have fucking
right,
crusades and shit, like.
right. But if we're talking about from the perspective of raising somebody, then it's like, yeah, sure.
Right, but
You're
that's
not
still
gonna
going to my
change
point.
society, but you can change this person. You can have an effect on this person, this individual.
Right,
and then when the government comes knocking, your son's gonna be taken out like a bitch, CJ. Your son's gonna be the first one to go.
When the government comes knocking, are we talking about a draft?
No, he's talking about the Holocaust.
Like when they just come to kill us all? Like,
Yeah.
He's talking about the purge.
Okay.
I'm going to Emerson's house when some shit pops off.
Yeah, I didn't invite you over here. Fuck.
Come on, dog.
People keep saying that shit too. They're like, "I'm coming to hang out with you during the." What the fuck are you talking about? You're not getting me killed. Sitting around crying and pissing your pants and shit. Like,
nah, man, we have tactics. We've practiced together.
We've
got like 100 hours into Warzone. What was
that
all that
does
for?
not, bro. Video games do not translate to any useful real combat skill. They just don't. They don't, bro.
Not at all. Not even just
all,
like
bro.
Communicating skills or like listening skills or anything.
You know what's crazy?
Nothing.
You know what's crazy? The fact in Warzone is that you have unlimited parachute. Like you can just
you respawn. You have shields. You can get shot 100 times.
Yeah.
And it's not real, bro. Like people always try to say.
Yo, you know what'd be crazy? If in Warzone, like if you just got shot once, like your speed drops like 50%.
Right, that's what it should be. If you get shot once,
they can follow your blood trail and shit.
Exactly, bro. Like I guarantee the first time you ever shoot a gun, bro, you're not gonna hit shit. You're not gonna be able to because it's nothing like a video game. It's not anything like it at all in any way.
Surely some skills are transferable. Just
from
like
a video game, no, absolutely not.
Just like working together and like teamwork type.
Absolutely
skills.
Not. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
In a real situation, all that shit goes out the.
Everything is different, bro. Everything.
You're not gonna. You're just
when
gonna
motherfucker. Yeah. You're gonna be literally, bro. No, bro. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Like you're gonna have a breakdown. Like when
there's gonna be no communication.
Right. When hot metal is
balled up in a corner,
crying. When metal is flying at you with the speed of sound, and the most efficient predator on the planet is trying to kill you, like, no, you're not gonna be thinking, oh, well, in Warzone, like, no.
Y'all be jumping. Hey, I'm the one.
I wouldn't. CJ would be overreacting like a motherfucker.
No, listen. First and foremost, I'd say I'm the one who plays Warzone the most realistically.
Yeah, he is too. Like.
So my Warzone tactics would translate the best to real life.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all motherfuckers jumping out windows,
just hide.
Yeah.
CJ is just hide and get a shield, like, and yeah.
I have the best strategy.
Also, in real life, riot shields do not block bullets. That's not what they're for. Like,
right?
Yeah.
So it's just weird that that's.
Do they make a shield that does?
They do. Yeah, they make a lot of
that.
Yeah. But it's not the riot. The riot shields are like just for
it's
cops.
just to push. Yeah, it's
right.
crowd control.
Yeah,
So, CJ, you were offended earlier when Emerson said he's not stupid. He doesn't fight over games. Do you have a scenario?
Yeah, I got in fights over games for sure.
Why? But see, you, bro,
I was a kid.
you're
I was a
hot headed.
child.
You say that, bro, but we played Mario Kart together, and you were getting pissed because we were shitting on you. Like, you were getting mad, and then when we started laughing, I could tell you wanted to hit me, bro. Like I could see that.
But I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to.
But you wanted to, bro. That's what I'm
So?
saying. Oh, so
That's like 50% of the crime is fucking.
I want to do a lot of things that I don't do.
bro. I've never wanted to hit somebody over a video game, bro.
I did
Like,
not
especially a fucking cartoon ass video game.
Relax, because I did not sincerely want to hit.
I looked into your eyes. I know you wanted to hit me, dog. I was laughing. I was laughing. Yeah, you wanted to steal on me.
Look, let me tell you, man. It's not. That's not true. I get angry over the game because a lot of bullshit was going on in that Mario Kart. A whole lot of bullshit.
Mario Kart is like 98% bullshit. Like,
yeah, it like gives advantage to the person who's in last place. Like,
it's like pure fuckery.
Like I think I might have almost gotten a fight with Keith once over NFL Street.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Street.
You and Keith is like a tinderbox no matter what the fuck you're doing.
This is not me though. It was like we were playing and I had Michael Vick and I was just running it to the fucking house every time. And I was celebrating. And he wanted to fight because I was like, I kept saying, like just like that. And I like Michael Vick high stepping into the end zone over and over. And like it was pushing him, and I just kept doing it. But there was not an actual physical altercation. Me and Greg have almost gotten into it over some video games as kids before.
What games?
There's the one time I specifically remember. There was this game. I honestly don't remember what it was. It was like a dungeon crawler, like a co-op dungeon crawler.
Co-op game?
It was a co-op.
Y'all should not be fighting.
Tell me about it. This is his fault because he was being an asshole. It was a co-op dungeon crawler. It might have been on PS2. It might have been on GameCube. I can't remember what it was. It was very like hack and slash. Like you go to the dungeon. There's a dragon. You're getting loot all the way through, and you heal with potions.
Is it Gauntlet?
Yes, it was Gauntlet.
Hey,
I fucking love Gauntlet because there's not that many co-op fantasy games.
Yeah, but all he said was dragon and potion. Like that sounds like every fucking game ever.
But yeah, I don't know. I knew it was.
I would not have remembered that title because that's my only experience.
I fucking love Gauntlet, bro. They need to make a new one.
So let me tell you. So we're playing Gauntlet, and like
Gauntlet. Would you buy a modern Gauntlet, Emerson?
Yeah, I would. I mean,
it sounds so basic these days.
But
I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's a co-op game. We're supposed to work together to defeat the dungeon, defeat the boss at the end of the game. So this motherfucker starts like he'd just be like hoarding loot, and then like we get into the boss fight, and then he wouldn't do anything. He'd just let me die, and I was trying to take out the boss by myself, and I'm like, yo, help! Like he'd just sit there and watch me die, and then after I almost beat it by myself, he just let me die and then go in and beat it.
Oh my god, he's the worst type of person, dude.
I'm like, he's just trolling me, and it just frustrated me so much. And like, I might have been like 7 or 8 years old, bro, when this happened.
And how much older is he than you are?
He's like 3 or 4 years older than me.
So he's just straight up bullying you.
He's basically bullying me because if I'm 8 and he's fucking 10 or 11,
yeah, what the fuck?
That's just bullying at this point. But anyway, so he's just like keeps doing it. I'm like, stop, and he just won't stop. And eventually, I'm like at the point where I'm about to fucking cry and start screaming and attacking. I'm just like, yo, don't touch my controller because he's playing or co-op and he has like my other my secondary Mad Catz controller or whatever. I'm like, yo, don't play my game. You can't play my game no more. Like, don't play my game. Get out my house.
Get out my house.
Like, I was heated. It didn't come to fist fight, but I was ready to. I was ready to just.
That
Probably
sounds.
as
Were you actually crying?
damn near. I was like, when you're like tearing up,
Yeah.
you're
So
so
when you
mad.
get so mad, you just
Yeah,
start
exactly.
crying because you
You're
really want to
so
fuck
mad you
somebody up.
start
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
That's the
And I'm like,
worst type
hey,
of player, man. Like MMO players, fucking
he's
player killers,
trolling.
and
He's just
loot
trolling.
stealers and shit.
He's
That's
just doing it to fuck with me.
he's done that.
Ridiculous.
He's done that throughout your friendship. Just like push your buttons just for laughs.
I don't know. I don't
I've seen a lot of
know.
people cry over video games.
Like
This
what?
one game, this one game, Fantasy Star. I told you about it a couple times, but
I remember that game.
it's you remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, I love Fantasy Star. But there was like when you would get money, you actually had to put it in the bank because if you died, you would drop it, and then if everyone in your party died, like your money would just be gone. And so we would always remind each other, put your shit in the bank. It's like a 4-player co-op. We go do the boss. It was fucking De La Roll or like the worm boss in the caves level, and we all got smoked. And my brother fucking died, and he lost all his money because he didn't put it in the bank like we told him. It was literally like 100,000 meseta or whatever. Like it was like a lot of money for the game, and he cried for like 3 days, like over some video game money, bro.
I like that Dark Souls gives you a chance to go back to your corpse one time to get your
Yeah,
stuff back. And that's like the most tense walking back section of all time. Have you
yeah,
played
man.
Dark Souls, CJ?
No. I mean, I think I
CJ,
might
you
have.
should, bro. You would like the music, the lore, like the writing. It's really interesting, man. And the whole like the
I played it at
multiplayer
your
system.
place.
Whose
You
place?
gotta play. You gotta play your own playthrough, bro. You gotta play
Yeah.
like the way,
Especially Demon Souls on PS5 looks amazing graphically and everything.
Is that a good
man,
place to start?
bro. Just play Dark Souls, man. Play Dark Souls because
What
what
about
I
Demon?
like. I've never played it, so I don't know. I want to get it, but I can't find a PS5.
You,
But
Since
my
I have
favorite
a
thing about
PS5,
Dark
I might as
Souls
well
is that
utilize it.
like, what'd you say?
I said, since I have a PS5, I might as well utilize it.
yeah,
Yeah, you probably
Demon
should
Souls.
do
I've
that.
played Demon Souls, and it's basically the same formula. Maybe not the
Did
same storyline
did
stuff
Demon
Emerson's
Souls
talking about.
have covenants?
Uh, I don't know if they're called covenants, but yeah, you could align yourself with certain NPCs and get certain
Did that
powers and shit.
did that change the multiplayer and stuff?
The main difference with Demon Souls is that there's like a hub world. So
Yeah.
if you remember
Uh,
like Crash Bandicoot or whatever back in the day, there's like levels that you can just select and you like warp into them. Whereas Dark
yeah.
Souls is like a really interconnected, intricate map where you like stumble onto like a branch that leads you back to the main path, and it's like actually really cool how it was all stitched together. So
Exactly.
that's how Dark Souls is better than Demon Souls. But I mean, Demon
The-
Souls is
here's
essentially the same
here's
formula.
my favorite part is that the multiplayer is seamlessly integrated into the single player. Like you have humanity, and when you kindle your humanity, you go online. When you die, you lose your humanity and you have to rekindle it. So when you're kindled, like the multiplayer experience changes depending upon what faction, like religion you have. Like you can be in a faction that's like co-op focused and like you go into other people's world and you help them. There's a faction that's all about like stealing humanity from other players. There's a faction of like forest defenders. So like if there's other players in this area, you get automatically summoned to like defend that area from them. There's a fucking faction where like your whole job is to be like a police officer and like hunt down and kill other players who've invaded people and stolen their humanity and been indicted. Like it's fucking awesome. Like I've never seen a game that does multiplayer like that. There's no menus or anything. It's all just like seamlessly integrated into your experience. It's a cool game, man. It's not just like, oh, it's hard, you should play it. It's like a lot of really interesting game design shit they did.
Do you think it's like too late to play Dark Souls at this point?
Nah, bro. Every people Dark Souls has a huge fan base, and like the remastered versions are out. Like people just replay it. Like
But
it's not too good to play.
but like knowledge of the game is one of the biggest factors. So to a totally new player, you're probably just getting whooped.
But that's kind of part of like the the role playing experience. Like you're the chosen undead, and you got to figure this shit out.
True. So what are the rewards for performing your multiplayer role?
It depends on your covenant. Like there's a covenant there's like an eternal dragon who I've never even seen because I've never even gone to this part of the game.
CJ laughed.
Oh yeah, you the fucking
he hates fucking fantasy tropes.
Eternal dragon.
No, bro, he's like infinite, bro. He was like there at the beginning of time, and like if you do your covenant shit and you invade and you give him enough dragon scales, you can transform like your whole body into a dragon and like breathe fire.
You're making it worse. CJ's laughing harder.
Yeah.
Just tell me the benefits, like the rewards for being a multiplayer.
It depends on which covenant you're in. So the rewards change depending upon who you ally yourself with, and that's what's cool about it.
Like give me a non-dragon example, because I'm genuinely curious.
If you level up in the dark wraiths and you evade enough and sacrifice enough humanity to the primordial serpent who leads the dark wraiths, you'll be given. That's what I'm saying. This shit's lit, bro. I'm telling you, this shit is awesome.
Primordial dragons.
There's two primordial serpents, bro. There's two primordial serpents, bro. But you have to figure out which one's lying to you. There's a covenant where like you'll be given like a fucking, you can like literally hit somebody with like a lightning bolt, like if you.
You don't understand my like aversion to like knights in shining armor.
That's not what it is though, bro. It's literally the inversion of that, bro. Just watch the intro cinematic, dude. It's crazy. I'm telling you, you would fuck with it, bro.
All right, I'll check it out. But do they have old English accents?
Nah, it's more like creepy shit. I don't know. The whole game's like a really creepy vibe.
I tried to get CJ to watch Thrones, and it wasn't gonna happen.
It's not like that, bro. I know you hate that shit. I wouldn't be telling you that. It's like a subversion of that shit.
Got you.
What it is it's if you had a fantasy world that was taken over by darkness and like evil. That's what it is, bro. It's awesome.
I do like darkness and evil.
I know you.
I'm a fan of darkness and evil.
Change, justice, death.
See, it's just funny that CJ's laughing harder and harder. You're just digging a hole. The more he said.
Listen, man. All I can do is put you on, you know.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm definitely gonna check out Demon Souls at some point on PS5 too.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna remake Dark Souls? Because maybe I'll just wait.
Well, it's already been like HD remade. It hasn't been like ground floor
they'll
remade.
probably do it. They'll probably do it for the consoles.
PS5.
Yeah, PS5. They'll probably do it because it's a cash cow, bro.
Well,
I'll buy it.
They'll probably just make a new one, whether it's a spin-off like Bloodborne 2 or whatever the other one was, the Ninja one. Regardless of whether they remake old ones, they're gonna make more.
I didn't really like Sekiro that much.
Oh, yeah. Some people, it was like 50-50. I didn't play it.
It was kind of try hard, but.
Did you play Bloodborne?
No, I've never owned a PlayStation.
Oh yeah. So are you gonna go back and play it when you get the PS5?
Dude, I want to play so much shit. I just can't find the PS5.
I haven't. My PlayStation 4 has just been in my car. It's been a while since we played Call of Duty.
Y'all trying to play?
Yeah, I'm trying to play. But my point is, it's just in the car. Like, if it's not for y'all, I don't even play my PlayStation right now.
Lakers at 10.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, yeah, I got to go to bed tonight because I got to wake up at fucking 4:30.
Matt, you know a guy shot up an NFL tournament a couple of years ago?
No, tell me about it.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, me and CJ talked about it. It was on live stream, bro. There's an NFL tournament.
I think I've seen this clip.
I think he was the guy who had won the year before. He lost, left, went home, came back with a gun, shot a bunch of people. Then did he shoot himself?
I can't remember if he shot himself.
I think he shot himself.
Lost the Madden tournament. Came back with that bang.
Yeah. He lost a Madden tournament, bro.
That sort of goes back into what we were talking about. Like, why does it get you so heated? Like, CJ, I remember me and you would be playing 2K, and we'd just be going back and forth, like, one-upping each other. Like, I'd be like, woo! And you'd be like, woo! And then I'd come back, woo! Like, just getting pissed at each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just anything competitive.
No, man, I've competed with my friends, but I've never felt mad. Like, to me, that's just, you can't control yourself.
You're not a real competitor.
It's not that deep, bro. I mean, I'm not a competitive person. Like, I really do not care, but it's like, it's not that deep, bro. Like, it really is not that deep.
I'm not as competitive as CJ, but I've wanted to walk out and like stop hanging out for the day or whatever because of 2K with CJ. Definitely.
It's ridiculous. I've never played a video game with my friend, and it made me like, I don't know. I just can't relate to that. Like, that's crazy.
The funny thing, I don't think this is video game related, but just like
But
fighting between
I also
friends.
don't lose. Like, I'm also the best
All
of all
right.
my video games. So maybe that's why.
All right.
So you only play games where you're the best at.
Yeah.
Hold
True.
on. Check out this story. I remember CJ and Keith were fighting once at my house, and they almost.
Okay, wait. Fighting over what?
I don't remember. It's not video game related, but you almost came to blows, and I think that's the time when Keith stood up and gave you the double middle fingers, like right in your face.
I know that. I remember that story very well.
So then Keith leaves my house. He's just like leaves, and he has to walk by my mom, who's like so demure and like quiet, and like he's like in a rage, and he just like walked right by her, dude. Like,
Are you gonna publish this, bro? Are you like you're?
That
Like-
fight was over Walt Disney.
Walt Disney?
Yeah.
Explain. I don't remember this.
It's because he was insistent that all the Disney films
Oh yeah, I remember this.
fucking hidden messages, and that they were all the biggest point was that he insisted that they were all like drug inspired. Like, they were created from like people just being high out of their minds and off acid and shit. And I was like, you can't say that. Which my argument was not, because I don't believe, you can't definitively say that they were created out of that and not somebody just had an idea to make a fucking happy ass mouse one day or something. You know? He was just insisting that it was just this acid trip concoction with all these hidden messages. And my only argument is, it was like, you can't say that. Were you there? Did you make it? No. He's like, well, look it up. I'm like, no, like you just can't say it. You can't make that statement. Like, no. That he's making it so like all of Disney's creations, all their fucking franchises are just like there's no innocence behind them. They're just void of innocence, and they're just dark, subliminal drug messages.
And no happy mice at all.
Nothing innocent about it. I'm just like, no. And he just got mad because I kept saying like you couldn't say that.
Yeah, that.
Yes, caller, get Keith in there.
We'll get him on at some point. But that's funny that conversation led to a double middle finger in CJ's face while like CJ was sitting and Keith was standing above him.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
And then
that's what I'm saying.
He storms out, like has to make a scene.
It's like, well, once you get up, then it's like, all right, you're trying to fight.
Wow.
Man. That wasn't about video games.
I know. That's just like friends fighting over some stupid shit. Yo, how are y'all investments doing?
I don't even look at that shit. I should have bought AMC though.
I want to ask you, Emerson, if at any point has crypto for you become less of an ideology and more of just an investment mentality?
Not really. I mean, like, I approach it with an investment mentality because I don't think people are really ready to hear like the shit I'm saying about it. Nobody gives a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, literally everything is just about money. So, it doesn't matter what my fucking fantasy ideology is. Like, the practical fact of the matter is that that's how people treat it,
Don't you think, I had this thought yesterday, I was talking to CJ, like, doesn't at some point, if people don't start using it as it was intended to be used as a currency, doesn't the floor fall out of it as an investment as well?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of backwards, right? Because you're saying like, you have half the people saying like, oh, it's the future of currency, but the only way we can conceive of its value is in fiat currency.
Right. And if that transition never happens, then it's valueless, essentially.
Right.
It's all just pure speculation. It's
right. I mean, I think the value comes from the blockchain technology, but again, it's like I said, like there's things you could do with blockchain tech that have nothing to do with financial instruments or money, but no one is going to do them because it's so energy intensive to run a blockchain that the only practical application that people will use it for is something financial to offset the cost of running it, you know? And to
What
me, that's the central issue that we need to figure out.
what are other applications potentially of a blockchain besides financial?
I think the best and most accessible and easiest for people to imagine would be blockchain voting, to where you can't do voter fraud or missing ballots or whatever because each one is verified as an asset on the blockchain.
Yeah. So Ethereum 2 is coming out at some point. That's supposed to have a lot less energy costs. Do you think that'll change things?
Maybe, dude. I don't know. I really don't know.
Guess it's a wait and see. All right, CJ, we talked about you had a church story in the text thread, and we said we were gonna wait for the
Oh
podcast.
yeah. Oh yeah. I forget
Oh, I
what
fucking
what.
hate church, man.
This is y'all realm, so I'm gonna
That
sit
used to be
back.
the worst shit, bro.
Wait,
Wait, you
I
were
think it all
Catholic?
started. No. AME.
Oh, I was Amy too.
Yeah, of
Amy?
course. Yeah.
Amy? Yeah, right. Okay, Matt. So you don't know,
What is
your
that?
listeners don't know. Amy is African Methodist Episcopal. Basically, like, what
Who?
year was this shit founded, CJ?
I don't
I don't
know.
even
I have
fucking
no idea
know.
when
But
it's founded.
basically, it came about because, like, the Christians wouldn't let, like, freed blacks, like, go to church with them, because they're racist motherfuckers. So black people were like, all right, fine, like, we'll make our own church. So they made the African Methodist Episcopal AME Church. So it's like a Protestant offshoot, I guess. But it's a very, was yours, CJ, was it very, like, celebratory and, like, a lot of singing and, like,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so AME churches, there's like a lot of music and like production and like
My church
art
was
and
small though. It wasn't like a big ass church with like
okay.
hundreds of people or anything.
But you probably sang hymns and shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Yeah, mine I lived in Georgia, so the ones I went to were pretty big, like legit, like approaching mega church, like fucking the pastors on
That's
the
different.
jumbotron and shit and like
Yeah. No, I never experienced that. My church was like small, like 60 people maybe. Always the same people, but it was it was loud. It was a whole lot of praise.
yeah, it's all about praise. You had to wear church shoes?
Oh my god. I had to go to Sunday school.
Fucking bro.
I had to go to vacation Bible school.
Oh my god. You know what's funny, bro? I don't know about
Uh,
you, but I probably would still be a Christian if they hadn't put me in all that extra shit. Like, because it was in Sunday school where they're like making you study the Bible, like Bible
yeah, and I was
study.
like, oh, this shit is dumb.
Right. You start asking questions. I would ask questions, and the shit just made literally zero sense. Or like,
Yeah.
I would ask one adult, like, I remember asking about dinosaurs, like how come dinosaurs weren't in the Bible?
Uh-huh.
And this one adult was like, "Oh, that's because dinosaurs aren't real. The devil put the bones into the ground to have scientists dig them
Yo.
up and like make and trick people into sin." She literally told me that. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And
That
then I
is
asked someone else that, and they were like, "Oh, because the Bible was written after dinosaurs." So I'm like, "Oh, so y'all motherfuckers like and then you get into like the different translations and you learn about how it's translated from Hebrew and there's this
you learn
testament
that
and this
at
testament.
church?
Yeah, you didn't learn that shit?
I didn't learn about how the Bible was written. I just learned about what was in the Bible, not about the Bible.
Well, I would ask questions, bro, because I'm sitting here thinking about this shit.
Oh
So I'm
yeah, I
like,
asked questions too, but my questions were like, don't like just like shut up. Like it was, I had a question. It's like it is what it says. Have faith.
right, right, man. It's just all that shit just made me start realizing it and start questioning it. But it's like if I hadn't been in all that, I probably just would have accepted it the way most people do, where like without thinking about it, you know?
I think I don't think I will. I don't think I'd still be Christian.
Yeah,
Without
I
having
think you're too
faith.
smart, Emerson.
Yeah,
Besides
you
that
wouldn't put
one
your
example.
faith in something that you just don't in like like I think a lot of people are like passively Christian just because it's like they're told that's what you're supposed to be and they don't really do anything or don't even think about it that much, but they just believe it. Or you're passionate about religion and you're actually dedicated to it and whatnot. But I think the people who are just kind of like passive about it just don't even think about it. They just kind of say it, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what I would have been though. Actually, I don't know. Maybe
No,
not.
you would have
Who
thought about
knows?
it at some point.
Maybe.
There's no way you would have just gone
Bro,
to
how do people not think about it though?
because people are really, really, really dumb.
I view most people as just like zombies, just like drifting.
People don't question like some like it's like to think about people that don't like, you know, people just think different. People move differently, and they just don't. They're just kind of like this is it. This is what it is, and you know, they'll pray, and you know, if someone asks about Jesus, they'll say they love Jesus, but beyond that, they don't really seek anything further than that.
Yeah, I remember one time I asked my mom. I was like trying to poke holes in it. I'm like, do you seriously believe that a man built a boat and then managed to get two copies, male and female, of every organism that exists? There's literally like, and I just kept asking her, like, you know, and eventually she's like, okay, no, I don't take that literally. I'm like, okay, so it's like once you start there, it's like, how can you take any of it like literally? I feel like that is just crazy to me. Like taking inspiration from the stories and like, you know, even worship, praise, whatever, that's cool. But to take it so literally, like, is just wild to me, bro.
It's funny. There's like children's drawings of Noah's Ark, and there's like a male lion and a female lion. Like it doesn't even fucking make sense.
Yeah.
So that there was like CJ, you had to do like music and stuff for your church, didn't you?
No.
I thought your parents forced you to play guitar for them and stuff like that.
I did actually a few times. I did a couple. Not like it wasn't something I regularly did because by the time I was playing guitar, I started playing guitar at 11. At that point I'd already been going to church my whole life, so I don't really I consider that portion to be like the end because I probably stopped going to church at like 15, 16, something like that. It was always like, you know, my church has a lot of people from the same family. A lot of the people were related. There was a very small amount of children that actually went to my church. It was like,
oh really?
It was like me and my cousins, like maybe three or four cousins, and like that was it. It was like very the children of the church were a very small group, and my one cousin was like the poster child for a good Christian kid, and then it was like me and my cousin Justin who were like fuck ups. The whole church was like,
how are you a fuck up?
Yeah, how is even a 10-year-old kid or whatever a fuck up?
because I didn't do the whole
like
Jesus
memorizing
charade.
Bible verses and shit.
And at a certain point, we were wearing like clothes that I don't want to say we acted up, but we used to like Beyblade in the basement during the service.
I can't imagine bigger blasphemy than that.
You know what they used to do in my church? Because I went to a big one, so there's like mad kids. Bro, during service, we would go in the bathroom and somebody would turn off the lights and they'd be like, no, fight! And then you would just fucking be swinging, bro. You would just be swinging and kicking like
at church.
At church, like during the service. Like kids would be coming out with like busted lips and like, I don't even know why. Like,
what the fuck? That's crazy.
Night fight.
That's insane.
Night fight!
So, did y'all have those like 5-hour ceremonies and shit like that?
Yes.
Yeah, like 3. Yeah, like really long, bro.
I'd get there at 9.
Yeah.
I had to be there at Sunday school. Sunday school was an hour. Service started about 10. It would end at like 1:30.
Dang.
Because there'd be refreshments, right?
Yep, and then you go down and eat afterwards. So we went.
Did your church have the thing where at the end they ask like if you want to give yourself to Jesus?
Yeah, of course. Every
yeah.
Is that where you're talking in tongues and stuff?
No, I mean
It
sometimes
happens randomly.
yeah, that's just random when people get inspired by the word. Or you ever see anybody fall out?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, I fell out in church one time.
explain that.
Falling out
I never fell out.
when the Holy Spirit touches you, and like I don't know, Matt, you probably never been to a black church. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like just people be getting hyped up, and then the pastor he'll literally just like touch somebody on the head, like with the power of God, and they'll just fall over, like they'll be unconscious, like yeah, just like that, like fucking. It's crazy. I remember one time people were falling out and speaking in tongues, and like I went up to the pastor, and like he touched my head, so I just like fell over because I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I just like closed my eyes. I was like looking around, like I was closed my eyes, and like shit's crazy, man.
What is the benefit, like, for the recipient of like making you pass out? Like, I don't.
No one's actually passing out. Or maybe they are passing out.
Do you think?
No, they're
but
not
I
really
don't know,
passing out,
man.
but they've convinced themselves that they're feeling something
Yeah,
in their head. They like, I'm feeling something, but they're not really feeling anything. But they're, it's like,
I think it's like the energy that you get at a concert.
yeah, I
When
was about to say it,
everyone's
because it's
singing at the
something.
same time. It's like that, but
It's
it's
so
just
different from
right.
life.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
this very like specific experience that's not comparable to any day-to-day thing that any of these people do.
right.
So there's music and there's a crowd and there's singing and people. Yeah, it's just like they just become one with the experience.
Yeah. No, I
They're
think
part
that
of the show.
I think that's what it is. Like
so you
you just
pass
get caught
out?
up in it.
That seems intense.
I mean, people be dancing and fucking. There's this one guy in my church. Yeah, yeah. Or when the fucking what's the thing the pastor does when he puts his hands?
Yeah.
Like shit, I mean, shit is lit, bro. Like it's pretty
It
high.
is lit.
Like it's really
It's
lit.
fucking
Like
lit.
it's like a Travis Scott concert in that motherfucker. Like, bro, there's a guy in my church. He was like 80, and he would be so rickety, and he would be like walking in slow and all this shit. He had an oxygen tank. But when they started preaching the word, bro, he'd be jumping over the cord of the oxygen tank and like fucking like.
Like that's kind of like in that aspect, I understand. Like,
Yeah, I
you
get
want to
that
go to
part.
church every Sunday when you're living a fucking day-to-day life where who knows what type of boring shit all these people normally do. It's like a release.
Right.
But then it's like Jesus, and it's like, what the fuck? This is stupid.
So do y'all miss it?
No, I couldn't.
Sometimes I
stand
miss
it.
being a mime. That shit was fun. I was a mime, man. We didn't. You even got into the mime shit, but I was a church mime.
What the hell is that? You're a fucking mime.
It's some normal shit to me and TJ, but like you're like, what?
Yeah,
A fucking.
you need to the things you assume are normal. You need to break down.
I like it, I don't know, man. First of all, you should go to an AME church and experience it because we cannot explain to you the energy, but it's just part of the worship service. So like, they got the choir, they got people doing solos, they got the band, they got. Did you have ribbon girls, CJ?
Nah.
Most of the churches I went to, there'd be like girls who just had ribbons and they would just like be up in the front, like waving ribbons and shit. But they also had like the mime team and like sometimes it would be two of you, like the seniors, or sometimes it would be like 10 of you. And basically they play like a gospel song and you would choreograph these, like, you're just doing mime shit, bro. Like,
You're like acting out
if,
the story or whatever.
yeah, if the guy's singing about how like he had a burden and then Jesus helped him carry it, like you would literally you would have a painted face and like gloves and a suit and you would be like doing all this like mime shit to a gospel song. Like it was fun.
What was your face painted as?
White.
It's just white, like a mime, bro. Like literally a mime.
Oh, like a literal mime, like on the street.
Literally a mime. Like I'm not
all black with a
like,
white face.
What's the
Google black church mime, bro.
But what's the origin of that? Isn't mimes?
I have no idea. I literally don't know, bro. So that would be interesting for you to research for your podcast. Sure. Yeah, just Google black church mime, bro. Like it's a thing. Like I don't know. I really have no idea why or who created this shit.
I just remember like they would have different kids come up and read some scripture occasionally.
Yeah.
And I was like the star reader. But I didn't want I never wanted to read because I was just like I don't want to go up and read this bullshit. But everyone was like, "Oh, she reads so well," because I guess the other kids would go up there and be like, "And then
Yeah,
Jesus."
yeah. So you weren't in the choir?
Nah, there was no children's choir, man. There was six of us,
Oh
bro.
shit. Okay, damn.
There was six
Yeah.
of us, and then there was like 60 people in the whole congregation. There was a point where I went to a children's choir at a different AME church because they like shipped us off there, and we would go practice and shit, and that was weird.
Which were
I mean, I
you?
guess it was what?
Which section were you in?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I was a soprano.
Okay, yeah.
I think so. I think I was soprano.
I think I was a soprano too. Tenor is one, right?
Tenor is like the low voice.
Y'all both got that falsetto energy.
Yeah, I think I was soprano.
Dude, I did a solo one time.
A singing solo?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh,
I can sing, bro. Yeah, man.
no, you can you? I don't know.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
I've
I can
never
sing.
even I've never heard you even attempt.
Why would you like? Why? Would
I
that?
wouldn't. But
Right.
you're making the claim that you can sing, and anyone who thinks they can sing has probably made an attempt.
I did a solo, my guy. I did several solos. Like
Several. Okay.
Where's the
I
tape?
believe you now.
it's somewhere. I don't know. All
I
the
need that.
sessions were recorded, bro.
I need that.
Yeah, I sang. There's a song. I Have a Father. Like I still sing that shit. They made me fucking. His laugh. He's like,
I have
No.
a father.
I have a father. I'm gonna
His
see if I
name
can
is
find.
Jesus.
That's how the fucking song goes.
Literally.
I know how it goes.
Is that on YouTube, dog? I mean, your version.
I'm gonna look.
YouTube.
My version, me singing it, is it
Yeah.
on YouTube, bro? We're talking about like, bro. What are you saying
I
right
need
now?
the tape.
YouTube.
Tape.
I have a father. He calls me his own. Hold on, I want to hear this song because I haven't heard this shit in years, man.
Sing it.
I'm not singing this shit.
Sing it on the pod. Give the people what they
Oh,
want.
sorry. The name of the song is "He Knows My Name" because it's like I have a father. He calls me his own. He knows my name. Something.
That's like probably. Wait.
Okay.
Probably the lowest requirement for a father is to know your name. Like he doesn't have to show up, go to your ball games. He just knows your name. And
So
when we're
when
singing
you-
about it.
When you sang your solo, how old were you?
Yeah. How old was I, man? Probably like 12, 13.
And you were in a mega church, right?
In between
Borderline.
in between your church and like it was like a lot of people. Like
But
definitely.
they
Like,
didn't just let anybody go up there and sing a solo.
no. I was in the
So
choir.
you
and,
went
like,
up there, you sang the solo. Was the song like, because there's different types of solos. There's like the ballad, the extravagant, emotional Jesus song, or there's like the upbeat, like when you actually like getting the crowd going and shit.
No,
So
the
what-
song.
Was it slow?
The energy. It's kind of slow. Yeah, if you go listen to it.
Passionate?
Yeah, it's slow and intense. I'm not gonna sing it right now.
Were
'cause I
people
need to remember the notes.
like when you were singing, were people in the crowd like, "Amen, amen"?
Yeah, like after
So
the
you were killing it.
I did well. Yeah, I did well for sure.
Did it like crescendo?
People
to,
were
like,
passing
peak,
out,
or
CJ.
There was like a high note.
There was no high notes, but you know how like there's like the cello, then the choir, then like the second refrain. I don't know song structure, bro, so I'm just saying shit. But like by that, then people were like, "So, testify," like
Oh shit.
Yo, I need the tape.
Yeah, we got
I'll
to hear that.
I'll see if somebody can turn it up, man. They record every session, but like that was years ago, dog. Maybe my dad probably recorded it. I'll see if
I gotta see.
I'm
this
popping
shit.
I want to
into
see
the
some of you. I want to
podcast.
see some of your documentaries you used to do.
Oh
That
yeah,
shit
my
sounds
church
hilarious.
documentaries. But here's I got a question. So when you went to church, and you were singing your solo,
Mhm.
what were they doing to your head?
To my head, what do you mean?
Like, did you just have a shaved head back then?
A lot of times I had a shaved head, or I would just have like fucking like the super crispy like hairline, but I used to hate getting my hair cut, bro. So then I just started rocking like the anime fro, you know, because I just stopped caring for like years.
I don't
I'm
understand the
just trying to
question. You mean they
figure.
make you cut your hair, or what was
No,
the question?
I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to, I'm trying
You
to
trying
paint
to
the
envision
You're
picture.
trying to picture it. Okay.
Yeah.
it?
So my experience,
Wait. One more question. Where did you get your church clothes?
Where?
Yeah.
Like fucking Coles or
Did they
wherever. Like
fit?
what?
they did. Did yours fit?
Fuck no.
Mine did fit. My brother's
Because
didn't because they would give my brother my clothes.
this is like '05, '06, or maybe like '04. No, not '05.
The
Whoa.
suits, the big suit, like
Yeah, this is like '02, '01.
that
Like
was the
I
look.
had the baggiest fucking pants.
no, I would have like khakis and like the clip-on tie. Sometimes they would make me wear a suit, but I always try to wear like the clip-on tie.
So my experience, it's either redone. I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I was gonna say go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
thought you were gonna say, oh,
I'm not changing the subject. I'm just my experience. They would make it like as short as possible. Like there was beats. It was the same songs. They try to get you in and out in like under an hour, slightly, and it was just predictable. Like it was always the only thing that was ever different was the fucking homily. I think that's called, where he just gets up there and talks about something for 10 minutes. But everything else you could like sleepwalk through, and you just wake up when everyone's standing, and you stand up, and everybody kneels down. You kneel down, but
nah, bro,
like
you get pinched in church if you went to sleep, or you
Oh
get
my
punched. I saw a
god.
lady punch her son in the back of the head
Bruh.
because he fell asleep. Like
like
I
Many
mean, like
times
literally
I got
punch
like
him.
pinched for falling asleep.
Yeah, getting pinched and shit,
Oh, I
bro.
forgot about that. I'd be
CJ,
trying to go to sleep.
CJ, one time, like when they would pray, you close your eyes.
Oh
I
yeah.
closed my eyes and my mom started pinching me, bro. I'm like, I'm praying. Like, God damn.
just
Or
tell her,
my
just tell her you passed out from the Holy Spirit.
bro, my friends went to a church that was black, but it wasn't AME. So there's no singing, so it'd be mad boring. And we would stay up late playing like Halo and shit the night before. So we'd be falling asleep and literally like the choir would be laughing at us. Like if you fell asleep, like the pastor would like call you out, and like then your parents would whoop your ass because you fell asleep in church. And I just have so many negative associations with going to church. Like
Same.
being coerced into being like pious is the worst shit ever.
Well, I don't know if I would want to go for 3 or 4 hours or whatever, but assuming if you have to go, I would rather go to a church that's lit and it's like a different experience every time and it's upbeat rather than my experience, which was just a fucking drag.
Nah,
But
bro.
you were only there for what? You said an hour?
Yeah,
Right. This shit is 3 hours
This is,
minimum, bro.
you're there all day.
right.
Yeah.
I'm saying besides that part, that part sounds
That's
objectively too
you don't
much.
get to pick and choose.
Right. You don't.
You're
Because it's
just
just your
there
parents
from
telling you.
yeah. You're just there from 9 to fucking 4 o'clock.
And then like
Unless the
CJ said,
Eagles were
they got
playing.
they got the
Unless the Eagles
camps.
were playing.
Oh really?
Yeah, the pastor would be trying to get out of
The
there.
pastor's trying to get out of there.
Did you have guest pastors?
Yep.
Yeah, bro. The way they do the guest pastors, man, it'd be like fucking. He'd just be sitting there like waiting to come on.
Yeah. Wait.
like drop the mic, like
Uh-huh.
man. Wait, did your pastors ever have a hype man?
A hype man, nah, they ain't
Like my church, this one church I went to, bro. Actually, a couple churches like in the South too. Like the pastor would have like a hype man, like a little guy, but who behind him who would just be like hyping him up, like when he was giving the sermon, like jumping around and shit. Like
the whole crowd was supposed to be the whole crowd's the hype man.
there's their crowd, but there was like this guy specifically too. Like I don't know,
That's
man.
wild.
That it sounds better than my fucking experience. Yo, what was a funeral like? Like a black funeral? Is
Oh
that
my God.
is that hype too?
I've been to so many funerals.
Kind
Man.
of similar, man. But
Because
I
Trying
don't
to
know.
jump in the casket.
Yeah, people
Just
screaming.
like jump in the casket.
jumping
I have
in the
not.
casket.
In the casket.
Have you seen that?
Yeah. Not the
Damn,
whole
bro.
body, but like
Yeah.
leaning
Yeah.
over the shit, yelling.
I hate watching that, man. I've seen people fall out at funerals, which I get, and the screaming and shit. Lord, why you take my baby? Like, god damn. Like, fuck, man. I hate funerals, man. I hate looking at dead bodies. Like,
I've seen so many dead bodies.
it's just fucking weird. Like seeing
I'm
somebody
so
you knew
numb
and
to
they're
it. I
dead.
just so see these corpses like so much.
But that's different, CJ. Like a dressed up corpse with makeup on it and everything like that's
I'm
different.
not saying it's like I saw a fucking dead body on the street. I'm
Bloated
not
corpse.
comparing it to that. Yeah.
I have this funny story. My mom has this employee whose aunt died or something like that, and he invited her to the service. She wasn't able to go, but she sent somebody from her office to go on her behalf, and
Weird.
she said it was the most beautiful. She never met this woman, but she said she was crying like it was her best friend. And said it was the most beautiful service she ever saw in her life. Never
Why?
even met the person. I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's just like our services suck.
I just when I die,
So she went to a black funeral.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she was the first time going to a black funeral. Got it.
when I die, y'all better be smoking and fucking and playing Xbox like at the service. Like don't be fucking crying.
We're
I don't gotta worry about
We'll
that
be
with me.
Beyblading in the basement.
What do
I
you
ain't
mean?
going nowhere.
When I die, you gonna go to my funeral?
No. I'm saying I'm never going to die.
Oh, gotcha.
So we don't have to talk about my funeral because I'll never have one.
I understand.
You're gonna be one of those Futurama heads, CJ.
We don't need to go into my immortality.
So
That's a different. Yeah.
what are these documentaries? You said you were making them at church or around that period of time?
Oh
Or
yeah,
what was
so
that?
we had the Christian education conference. Where
What is
there was this
that?
thing where they sent us away, and it was like in the summer, and there was like a bunch of different like people from different churches.
Oh, I went to
It
some
was
shit
like
like that.
it was like a convention almost. It was like E3 but black church.
E3.
For real. And they had like all these different sermons and these different pastors and different workshops, and they put us in dorm rooms, and there was no
damn.
air. There was no air conditioning. It was in Delaware. There was no air conditioning. It was like 100 degrees. Couldn't sleep. I'm in there sweating. It was crazy, bro. And the food was horrible. There's really no food. And then the dorm rooms were just a mess. And it was like people were, oh man, I gotta find the video because it's some great footage.
Oh, you made one there?
So you were just documenting the whole thing?
I documented the whole thing with my camera.
I want to see that.
I gotta find it.
What are they on VH? Like
They're on
them old mini yeah.
DV tape.
So what were you,
Yeah.
like 15 or like younger than that?
I was like 15, 16, and
So they got to be in that house, right?
Yeah, they're here. I know where they are. I just need to. I don't know.
You
how
got to
transfer
digitize
it.
that shit,
I don't
bro.
know how to watch it because I would watch it through my fucking camera, and the camera.
They have a fucking thing, man. You just
I
pop
gotta
in.
get it. But yeah, it was crazy. The conference, I called it the Christian education. I called it Christian concentration camp. They were like they had bedtime. You're not supposed to go into other people's dorm rooms, and they had like these.
Was there girls? Was it co-ed?
Nah. It was split up, girls and guys, different places.
Were you doing like testimonials to the camera?
Yeah. It's like Blair Witch. I put the camera on myself. There's literally like a point where I'm just sweating. I put the camera on myself. I'm just like, I'm not gonna make it. And like there's different, like in the dorm rooms they had like a Madden tournament where people were betting money and shit, and everyone got in trouble, and then they brought us all down to like the bottom, and they were just yelling at us, and they were making us still like, there's Iceman at one point who was like stand up, sit down,
Oh my god.
stand up, sit back down. Like there's doing, and everyone was like, oh, I think there's really this tape is like a horror movie, because there's one time we're in the dorm rooms and like I have the camera, I turn it down the hall, and you see like the chaperone coming down the hall, and everyone bolts. It's like a fucking monster movie.
I want to see that shit.
Yeah, you got it.
Take that shit out this weekend, bro. Like get all
gotta
that
get
shit
that
out.
tape. I hope
Please.
I hope it's not damaged or anything. I need that.
I want to see that shit, man.
I feel like I already have it. Like, I have screenshots of it. So I'm like, if I have screenshots of it, doesn't that mean I would have it on my computer? On one of my like old computers or something?
Dude, you gotta dig that shit up, man.
Why would I have screenshots?
So like how did it end? How did your movie end?
Went home.
You survived.
Made it through, but yo, the last night we stayed up all night and it was stupid. Well, I don't know why we did. Just delirium. And
That's something the kids do. We fucking did that in high school before the Disney trip. We just stayed up all night.
all night. Like, but this is not. This isn't cool. Like,
Dude, I went to a fucking like conference like that, except it was like at my white friends. Like it was like
oh,
mostly
heck no.
white. Right, bro. I got like racially terrorized like at a fucking Christian conference, and I just Googled
That's where
it to
you-
see if it
that's-
still exists. It
it's
still
definitely
exists, bro.
what you did.
It's still. I just looked it up. It's called Rush Conference. These kids were throwing bricks at me and shit, bro. Like it was fucking crazy, bro. And then at one, holy shit.
How old?
I just looked it up, dog. I'm gonna paste it in the chat so y'all can look at this shit. How old was I? I was probably like, all this shit happened around the same time, man. It's probably like 14, 13. But I remember, is there a chat in here?
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Look at this shit. It's gotten like huge now. This is fucking crazy. Look, click on this. But I remember at one point I was in a huge crowd and I tried to get away from these kids who were like bullying me. And somebody came up and just grabbed me and started dragging me through. And I was like really small. So this kid was just dragging me. I look up. It's like this black kid. And he drags me to like the side of the field. And there's like 20 other black kids. And he's like, here, I found another one. And he like throws me down. He was just going through the fucking crowd, grabbing black kids and bringing us all together, which is like fucking hilarious.
Like he's a hero.
Yeah, he was a hero though, bro.
What the fuck? It sounds like it sounds like you should have been documenting like you had a horror movie experience too.
I wasn't into like film stuff back then.
So CJ, what made you bring the camera? Like what were you expecting to even bring the
I mean,
camera?
at that point, I just filmed like I was making documentaries about every.
Yeah, didn't you say there was a fire or something and you were just
Yeah,
filming while people were
like,
freaking out?
my cousin lost his dog, and they were looking
Oh yeah,
through the neighborhood for the dog, and I filmed that.
that's funny as shit.
There's a lot of shit.
Were they pissed that you weren't helping them look for the dog?
I was just filming with the camera, and then I would like take the footage and edit it and put music in it and shit.
Did they find the dog?
Yeah, they found the dog.
Oh, well, that's a happy.
Where was he?
It was just wandering in the neighborhood.
Oh, you know what else I used to do Christian shit, bro? I used to be part of a fucking Christian basketball league called Upward Bound. And you would like fucking play basketball, bro, and then you would like read Bible scriptures and shit, and then you would like fucking dunk on each other or whatever.
All right, no one was dunking on each other.
Yeah, okay, not dunking, but you know what I mean. Fucking that. More than I think about it, man, that was some really weird shit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of intrigued by where creative people like start being creative, like when they were younger. So like, when did you get that camera? Like, when did you learn editing and just have an interest for it and all that, CJ?
I was really young. I think even before the whole thing with the camera, I had a tape recorder. I was making like my own radio show where I was just talking into the tape recorder. I don't even know what I was talking about. Nonsense, I guess. But I don't know what those tapes are. It's just me talking into the tape recorder like I have a radio show. So I was doing that for a while. But then I got a camera. I don't know why I got the camera. I was young though. I would have been like 10. Something. 10, 11. 10, 11, 12.
Because didn't you go to some like summer camp or whatever? So they taught you how to.
I went to film summer camp.
That's cool.
That's later. Like I had my own camera before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like the first things I was doing. I guess it was like the Beyblade music videos was like the first things I was
Bro,
doing.
what the fuck is a Beyblade music video?
Oh, we were Beyblading, but I was there. If you look at them, they're literally music, but except we didn't make the music and we're not really performing the music, but they're literally music videos.
So it's like you know them like anime music video. So it's like that, but with Beyblades.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I was making anime music probably before I had the camera. So maybe I
really?
started with making
What
anime
anime?
music videos. Huh?
What anime?
I made Beyblade, There was Beyblade anime. I mean, Final Fantasy VII music video.
You did that too, didn't you? Do a Samurai Champloo like?
Not when I was a kid, bro. I wasn't like I didn't do that stuff. When I was a kid, I would write and shit, but I wasn't into like video or like any of that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts music video.
I drew like little comic books and stuff like that, and I also made like I don't really know if YouTube was a thing, or at least I wasn't aware of it, but I made like sort of like little sketch comedy videos like that on YouTube and stuff like that. Did y'all ever have an iToy for PlayStation?
Oh yeah, yeah.
My memory card was only capable of holding like 60 seconds of an iToy video, so we had to choreograph these videos to last exactly 60 seconds, and you couldn't like stop and start. It had to be a single take. So we'd be like
Sounds like TikTok.
we'd be like diving across the room to get in position. Shit, it was fucking ridiculous. And then it would max out the memory card, so you would have to delete that one that you were so proud of. You'd sit there and watch it for an hour 100 times and laugh at it. You'd have to delete that to make another one. Like, it sucked.
I remember you showing me these.
Oh, I showed you that?
Yeah, I've seen your videos from that.
Yeah, that, I mean, I'm not gonna say it was good, but that was my sort of earliest creativity shit that I was doing.
The fucking iToy, bro. That shit.
Yeah, I guess it was just my camera. It was just Beyblade music videos, documenting shit. It was like kind of like inspired by like the CKY stuff, where they just had the camera out.
What is CKY?
Oh, it's like Bam Margera.
Like Jackass.
Yeah,
Why is that called CKY?
that's the band. Bam's brother was in a band called CKY, and they made like skate tapes or skate tapes. Like that's what it really is. We made like skate tapes or like
For Beyblade.
music videos, but skateboarding. And
Yeah,
then CKY did like the skate tapes, but they were doing random shit in between it. But the Beyblade stuff was kind of more like a skateboarding tape,
Yeah, I feel you.
but it was Beyblade.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Are you? Would you be willing to share
Fuck
the
no.
Beyblade video? No.
Absolutely. Not.
Well, I've seen it, and I can understand that
I
decision.
share it in private.
Show Emerson at least; it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll show him. It's pretty impressive for what I was working with and how young I
What were you editing? Was it edited or was it like
It was
one
edited.
tape? What were you using? Windows fucking movie
Windows
editor?
Movie Maker.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all you need if all you're doing is like one clip
Cutting
cut
and
into the
using-
next.
yeah. We used to make graffiti tapes. We would record ourselves like bombing shit, but that was in like high school.
Yeah, by high school I had graduated.
How did you get into graffiti, Em?
Fucking somebody brought in a Banksy book when I was in like 10th grade, and we were like, holy shit, like we just I don't know. And we had never thought about like going out and painting shit before that. Like, I mean, Philly also has a really lit graffiti scene. Like, you know, if you ride MARTA, there's fucking, or not MARTA, what is it, SEPTA? There's fucking like the R5, the R7, like they're bomb the shit. Like, Philly has a really lit graffiti scene. So you would see it all the time. Then somebody bought in a Banksy book, it was a wrap.
So you would go out at night with your friends and tag shit up?
Not at night, bro. During the day. Like whenever.
During the day?
Yeah.
I thought people were on the lookout for you during the day.
Like sometimes the day is safer than the night because it's like, what's this like 16-year-old kid doing outside at fucking nighttime versus like you just walk into a train station, nobody's there for a second, bomb the shit, get out.
So it's
Like,
quick.
You know what I mean?
So you,
Right.
what are you tagging?
I started writing ego. In graffiti they say write, like not it's not. I remember somebody wrote this article. It's like, why do taggers tag? We thought that was the funniest shit. Like, but yeah, I started writing ego, and then it was Enzo, and then I finished with Biz, and then later I got caught doing that shit, so I gave it up. People are dead ass serious about that graffiti shit, bro.
Didn't you say you like broke your mom's heart when she found out?
That shit is so dumb. Like, that shit's so stupid.
What did she find?
Well, there's two major incidents. The first time, like, you remember when the girls were having sweet 16s?
Mm-hmm.
We went to my friend's Sweet 16, which was at this country club because she's like super rich. And a bunch of my dumbass friends, I had brought a big ass duffel bag filled with like painting shit because me and my friend were gonna go back into the city and bomb that night. And a bunch of my other friends had bought like 40s and shit so they could get fucked up because everyone had just started like drinking or whatever back then. And so my friends kept sneaking into the bathroom to like take hits of this 40. And eventually the adults were like, I wasn't doing it because it was stupid. They were being so like obvious about it. And they would like go into the bathroom and like drink a 40 and come back and they were like acting drunk. So eventually like one of the fucking attendants at the country club like went in and like caught one of my friends drinking this 40. Then they searched all of our bags in the coat room. And so they found a bunch of like 40s and shit in one of my friend's bags. He got in a bunch of trouble, but they also found a bunch of spray paint and shit. And they were like, what the fuck is this? And then, I don't know, I think I could just cop to it or whatever. And I remember lying to like my friend's dad he like paid for everything. He was like being a hard ass. Like that was the weird thing, man, is like all the adults acted like it was such a bad thing. It's like it's just painting on walls. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you're harming anyone or like smoking crack. You know what I mean? Like it was just so weird to me that everyone was so upset. He like called my parents, like told them all this shit. And my mom was like, my son would never, and like blah blah. And then later, way later, like my high school, it was in Philly, right? So you would have free periods if like once you were in junior and senior year. And if your free period was at the end of the day, you could just go do whatever, right? You could go out in the city and leave. So we would like leave and fuck around. So this one time we were hanging out by these like train tracks, just sitting there, I swear to God, not doing anything. I had a couple spray paint cans on me, but we weren't doing shit. We weren't doing anything. We were just chilling. And this fucking cop car, it's off of like 19th or 20th, where like when you're coming in, I think the R7 and it starts to go in towards like 30th Street, you know what I mean? And like there's this bridge, this cop comes driving over it and he does the thing where they hit the sirens and they're like, want, you know that shit? And we see him and we didn't think it had anything to do with us because we're literally not doing anything. He hits it, and then a couple seconds later, he pulls up in the car and he gets out. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" We all stand up. We're like, "What the fuck, man?" He's like, "Stay right there! Don't fucking move!" I can't even. He's like screaming and shit, bro. He's got his hand on his gun. He didn't pull it out. Thank God. Like
He was just sitting.
It's like fucking
on the tracks.
Yeah, it's like 2:30 p.m., bro. Like, the middle of Philadelphia, like in the heart of the city, And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Stay right there." And he's like, "I need backup." He calls in 4 more squad cars. There's literally fucking 4 of us, bro. We're 16. You know what I mean? And they made it into the biggest thing. Like fucking, they're like, "What are you guys doing out here? You should be in school." We're like, "Oh, we go to Friend Select." Like, we just left. They call our school. The fucking principal comes down. It had nothing to do with school. It was crazy, bro. Then the school wanted to punish me. They're like, "You're tarnishing our reputation." Like, how? Like, nobody knows. Then I lied because when I saw the cop and when I saw the cop car, I just took the bag that I had spray paint in off and I just dropped it. So the cop was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And I was an idiot. Do you remember Mark Echo?
Yeah.
So I was super into Mark Echo, bro, and I was wearing this one shirt that had like graffiti cans and shit on it, or like spray paint cans and like graffiti designs. And he was like, somehow he's like looking around. He's like, "You guys have weed? Like, you guys doing drugs?" We're like, "No, no, no." He's like, "What's in this bag?" And he looks in it, and there's like all the spray paint and whatever. And I'm like, "Oh, like that was just like I pretended like it wasn't mine, whatever." And it is because it was me, my friend Jordan, Brendan, and fucking Mickey. And then later, like they were interrogating us and trying to get us to like admit that we were doing something. We weren't doing shit. I wasn't even tagging at the fucking time. But Mickey is like so fucking soft and such a fucking snitch. He told them I was lying and like then they suspended me for a week.
What?
Yeah, Mickey's a fucking snitch, bro.
You were lying. You were lying about what?
I lied and said that the bag that they found with all the spray paint was not mine because there was a bunch of like trash and shit because it's a fucking train track, you know?
Right.
So I was just like, I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I was taught you fucking either don't say shit or you lie to the cops. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that's not mine.
Fucking Mickey.
Then later, Mickey snitches, bro, we had to like the city gave us a citation. They couldn't arrest us because we were like minors or whatever. We had to go to like court. And then the judge was like, "What the fuck is this?" Then they made us go to fucking. We had to do community service hours.
Don't
Then
they
we had to
have
go
better
to
things to
like
do than?
class. That's what I'm saying, bro. I had ran for fucking vice president of like the school or like the grade government or whatever that shit was, and they fucking took that shit from me. Like they like I got impeached basically, and they like all, because of all this shit, bro. It was like crazy. And then my two friends who didn't tell on me got in trouble, not as much as I did, but Mickey didn't get in any trouble because he fucking snitched.
And you still talk to him.
Yeah, how did that
Right,
change your
right.
friendship
Like
with
that would have
Mickey?
ended the
Right.
friendship.
Well, I didn't realize, it took me a while to realize like what that means, but
That is nasty behavior.
he fucking told on me, bro. And he was like, I told on you because they said that you wouldn't get in any trouble. I'm like, bro, have you never watched Law and Order? Like, do you not understand? Like,
Oldest trick in the book.
right? Like, you could. It's okay. You could tell us. You're not gonna get in trouble. Like, are you kidding me, bro?
he
So yeah, it
he,
was just
he robbed
stupid,
you of
man.
your vice presidency.
Dude. And like all the teachers too were like, because all the teachers like me, but they were like, I'm so disappointed. Like, I didn't know that you were this. Like, are you like really? Like, I don't know, man. I never even felt guilty because it was just so weird to me that it was such a big deal. It's like I'm fucking 16. Like I'm supposed to be tagging shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one of the worst. I mean, the least bad things a 16-year-old could be doing. Like, I'd be like, that's it.
Right. So I don't know. That was a long story. I'm sorry, but it was just fucking dumb.
No, it was interesting. So, is it still surreal for you? Like, this is your first week working for Rockstar? How's that been?
Yeah, dude.
Like, what
This shit's-
do they have you doing this week? What are you doing?
I'm just like, bro, I'm NDA'd the fuck up. So like, they're very serious about like don't fucking talk about.
Yeah, I don't expect to know
Oh,
anything specific.
Yeah, I just got to speak vaguely because they really don't like. But basically, like they're just training me on how to use the tools that they use to capture everything, and it's pretty like technically intensive.
I feel like you shouldn't even be saying this.
No, I mean I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
just
in this
asking
moment-
like the nature of what he is doing, not what he's working on and stuff like that.
I'm just learning how to. CJ's scaring the shit out of me. I'm just learning how to use the tools and like capture the shit. And
NDAs scare me.
NDA scared the shit out of me too, bro.
All right, let's just talk more about like how's it feel? Like
It
like
feels
what's
great,
going
man.
through your head?
Everyone's really cool. Everyone's
good,
really
thanks.
nice. Everyone's cool, man. Everyone's creative. The whole team is
talk
super
about the people.
creative.
Shut the fuck up, CJ.
It's just it's a good vibe, man. Everyone's nice. Like, it's awesome, bro. Everyone's really welcoming and shit. So
Oh, that's awesome. Happy for you, bro.
thanks, man.
GTA 6 on the way.
Yeah,
CJ said that. I did not say that.
I feel like now that I have this Mac, I feel like it was a
It's
long
really
time
long.
coming, and I feel like I'm finally in the 21st century here.
You should, bro.
I
You-
love this thing now.
Your
After
shit was falling apart, bro.
after the initial bump in the road that I was texting you guys, my experience of figuring out the apps and freaking
That
out and
shit-
stuff
That
like
shit's
that.
hilarious, bro. You love the bitch. Like,
I have that short trigger, but no, I figured everything out. Like, I'm just as quick with editing and comfortable with the programs, and I'll never go back. I love this fucking
CJ said, I'll never go back.
thing.
That's funny. Yeah, Macs are dope, bro. Also, I will say, like, all your bitching about like video game shit. Like, now that I'm in the studio, bro, I see like making a video game is crazy, dog. Like that shit's crazy. There's so many moving parts. I don't even know how anyone makes a video game. It's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine the process or how many hundreds of people are involved.
Hey,
Right.
I made shit in dreams.
That shit you made was pretty cool. Have you used it on PS5 at all?
Yeah, it's crazy on PS5.
So what have you
So-
done on PS5, and how is it different?
No, I mean I just went in and fucked around. Like I haven't sat down and actually worked on anything. Got the PS5, but it's so much more powerful. Like I was telling you about the thermometer.
Yeah,
It's like a full thermometer on PS4 is like 1% on PS5.
That's awesome.
I was very disheartened because I was just trying to make like a fucking office building or something stupid, and I was using like someone's pre-made cubicle with like a desk, and there's like sticky notes on the board or whatever the fuck, and I just used their preset asset, and I copied it like 8 times and arranged it in a row like you'd see cubicles or whatever, and that shit used like 70% of the space that I was allowed. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did they put into this desk that made it so intricate?
It
And
sounds like you should just get on PS5, man.
yeah, well, that's my point.
Yeah,
This was 2 years ago at this point, and I remember I was playing with CJ. We were like shuffling random dreams creations, and so that was pre-pandemic CJ, like right before that, and we had a lot of fun doing that. But as for creating it, I was pretty disheartened. But it's good to hear on PS5 you can make so much more, and I'm definitely gonna try again.
I feel like CJ doesn't even play his PS5.
It's in his backpack. He has a similar situation to me where I just shuttle it back and forth to where I'm going, and I don't plug it in unless we play Warzone.
Simps.
Came over the other day, and it's just in my backpack.
Simps.
What do you be playing now?
Women touchers. You guys touch women, gross.
No, I mean I just don't play PS5.
Bro, I've recently gotten addicted to Gwent. I fuck around and got. Do you know what Gwent is?
Yeah, the trading card game in The Witcher.
Yeah, bro. I done downloaded this shit because when I played The Witcher, like Ashley and Kelsey were watching me, so they never they always yelled at me if I tried to play Gwent. You know?
Yeah, that's probably not as fun as watching you decapitate demons or whatever.
Right. So now that there's a standalone game, bro, I'm crushing these motherfuckers in Gwent, bro. I'm sick. I might go pro in this shit, bro. They had a 20 band tournament pool prize. Like I'm trying to get that.
I never heard of it.
You would hate it, bro.
Do y'all remember that some of the Final Fantasy games had like trading card games baked into it?
I don't remember.
Like Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9. CJ, you don't remember this?
Played 8 or 9.
I remember.
Yeah.
I never played 8 or 9.
So there's like competitive scenes around those card games too.
I always thought Magic was cool, bro. Like, do you remember the weird kids at college who would play Magic?
I don't know.
Like,
no.
I
there was
tried to do Magic for a while.
Oh, you did?
I tried.
What happened?
You know, I couldn't get into it because with all the trading card games, like I rarely ever played the game.
Yeah.
And Magic was more play.
Yeah, it's really deep. Yeah.
Where like Pokemon
and Yu-Gi-Oh. I played a couple hands of Yu-Gi-Oh. I never played Pokemon card game once. I never played Pokemon once ever. I don't know anyone who did play Pokemon. You just collected the cards, right?
Right, yeah. I played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, 99% of the time I was just collecting it, buying it, opening the packs, like looking at them. Just fucking looking at them.
Right, yeah. So I always thought Magic was cool, and I would like hang around the kids who played it, but I never like played it myself. I would just like watch them play it. So I'm kind of getting that experience with Gwent. It's like it feels like simpler than Magic. And I like that it's digital, you know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the digital, like you don't necessarily have to set it up or fucking remember all the rules or whatever. Like It's just way easier. And I think have you played Hearthstone, which is like the Warcraft card game?
I haven't. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool one. If
you played it?
Yeah. If you're into card games and like if you want to like fucking go one-on-one or whatever, like that's one that I'm interested in. Or I could check out Gwent if you're looking to play somebody.
Yeah, man. I mean, whatever. Like, you know,
because
I'm still in the NoFap shit, so it's like I get horny, I just go play some Gwent or whatever. Like,
does that curb the fucking?
It does, bro. I mean, at least for now, I need to find something else, bro. But you know, not busting a nut for more than 7 days. I have you thinking crazy shit, bro.
You just be playing hella Gwent.
Yeah, CJ doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know nothing about Gwent, but I know I just ordered pizza.
Nice. How come every time
I was talking about NoFap, bro?
How come every time I want to hang out, you don't want to eat pizza?
Should I get a pizza?
Well, because I'm desperate at this point. I don't like.
Because you ate like almonds earlier for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't know about NoFap?
I mean, I know about it.
You don't believe in all that shit. You be. CJ does not give any credence to that. He thinks that's the most. He probably believes more in astrology than he does in fucking NoFap.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to give you like you're more. I mean, you could apply it to anything. I could say like no meat. Pause.
No
Like
meat.
like
Here's what I don't understand.
No, bro. It's I don't even want to talk about this shit.
if
Like,
you
No, no.
use
Let's
because
talk.
I'm not
Let's get
trying to.
into it. Let's get into it.
No. Because I'm not trying to.
utilize discipline. It's the same result. You feel good because you abstain from something.
Bro, no, it's not even. It's way deeper than that. But I'm not trying to evangelize. Like, I was just trying to, fuck with you. I'm not trying to.
I'm
fuck
just
you.
saying.
I'm not trying to.
I'm
convert
just saying.
anybody.
Why is it okay to have sex? Like, what's the difference?
Because when you're having sex, you're exchanging your energy with a woman. If you're having the right type of sex, then it's not going to be always depleting. But it's not, some sex is depleting in the same exact way. When you're having the type of sex where you're just using someone else to masturbate, same kind of
It
thing.
sounds like some astrology shit.
It's not, man.
Your energy.
It's ancient. It's ancient fucking Taoist principles.
Yeah, great.
What the fuck is this?
What's the longest you've ever gone, Emerson? NoFap.
60 days.
And how did you feel?
I felt amazing, bro.
Like explain it. There's probably some people out there who don't.
Why'd you break it?
Why did I break it? Because I was scrolling through IG and a fat ass came up, and I was just like, "Fuck, bro." Another time it was a goddamn fucking sexy 2B near Automata cosplay. Yeah, it got me, bro. I was deep in the hentai sites, like fucking just.
Oh my!
What are you doing in there?
Fucking
If
my
you're
shit
trying
off,
to
bro.
not, you fucking idiot.
Bro, the first porn I ever looked at was hentai, man.
Me too.
Really?
Y'all are sick.
How are we sick?
CJ, don't.
First porn I ever looked at was fucking like nude modeling on DeviantArt.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not porn. That's nude modeling, bro.
Okay,
He got you there.
you do. It's art.
Why are you talking into the mic like that?
It's art.
So how did you feel when your ticker reset to day one? Like, dude, was that just deflating?
Man, it's like I could explain it to you guys, but it's like if you're this skeptical, it's like not even worth. Like you just got to experience it, bro. The thing is like
don't lump me in with CJ. CJ's making fun of it. I'm asking you genuine questions here.
bro, like as men, we've been socialized to think that like okay, you have this sexual energy that's pent up and you got to let it out, and the way you do that is by like watching porn and beating off into a sock. But it's like that energy. Yeah, you got something to say?
Who said anything about us?
Let the man speak.
CJ's like, I have a fleshlight. Like, why would I ever? Yo, my friend, we gassed my one friend up to buy a fleshlight. He was like, should I buy one? We're like, yeah, dude, do it, dude. Then he bought it, and we just made fucking fun of him. Oh man, that's my favorite shit. Getting people to do shit and then making fun of them for some shit that you told them to do.
That's fucking sick.
That's one of the more embarrassing purchases. You would never want to be found with that.
A fleshlight, bro. And we used to, when we go to his place, we go dig it out of his closet. Be like, oh, bro, like what the fuck?
Oh my god, I wouldn't want to touch it.
Yeah, right. He threw it away. But yeah, man, like you get conditioned, like your whole, like when did you start jerking off? Like it's been fucking more than a decade now. You've been doing this shit, but it's like really that energy can be used for other things. It can be like kept inside and it builds up. It gives you fucking vigor and like creative inspiration, physical strength, just more energy. There's a reason you get tired right after you fucking nut. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because of the immense amounts of energy that your body expends to fucking create that shit. And then you got a whole generation of men who were raised on fucking high speed internet porn and Call of Duty, beating off every day, who have no type of fucking delayed gratification skills. They got no fucking way to maintain their dopamine because they can't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really an addictive fucking thing, and it's just weird that it's like so normal that like people don't even talk about it. Like motherfuckers are really addicted to porn and shit. Can't go 2 days without fucking jacking their dick to porn, but that's like normal. And the weird thing is to not. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, I've sort of had these thoughts independently where I wasn't aware of NoFap or whatever, but I was thinking like just the time and energy, like of like perusing these fucking sites and then feeling like shit afterwards.
Because you know how it is, bro. I've done mad drugs, bro, and I will tell you, porn is just like a drug because you need more and more, right?
Exactly.
You got to find more shit, more tabs, more intense, hotter girl. You know what I'm saying? Unless I don't know what CJ beats off to, but I know it's not missionary sex in the fucking, like copulation position. You know what I'm saying? Like it just intensifies, bro. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason you get that post nut guilt, like that drop off.
That's so real, dude. So fucking real.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What, CJ?
Shame,
yeah.
Right. You're just like, what the fuck? There's a reason for that, man. And I don't know, it's deep. And I just talk about it because I think like somebody has to fucking say it because it's, I don't know, man. It's not as normal as everyone's acting like it is, bro. And I was like super fucking, like deep into the porn at one point. Like fucking, you never stayed up to like 7 a.m. like 30 goddamn tabs open. Like,
yeah, see that's
7 p.m. No,
that's probably why I've been less like on the bandwagon with NoFap because I've never felt like I had a real huge problem with it to begin with. But I'm not dismissing it that it's like doesn't do what people claim that it does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro, go 30 days without it and you'll see the difference. And if you can't go a week, then ask yourself why that is.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
that's the question. People will be like, oh, that's stupid. I don't need to. And they have to jerk off every day, which is crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that. So are you allowed to have sex or you're not allowed to?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, sex and masturbation are different things. Like,
okay.
Especially masturbation to internet porn, like in the way that most males do it is fucking crazy. Like,
CJ, nothing to add. I just see judgmental faces.
He wants us to be over so he can go jack off.
Nah, you're tripping. No. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Listen, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just saying, if you ever try it, you'll feel the difference.
I've gone time, not no fucking 60 days.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah, I'm gone.
I'm at like 35 right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, what were you gonna say? You're at 2 hours.
No,
he beat off before we got on that.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something that would have been missed.
But bro, like there's a lot of guys who have like porn induced ED. They fucking are going bald and shit. They're depressed. This shit is not. It's not from like, oh, it's just genetic, whatever. It's beating off constantly. That's what it is, bro. It's not like that's. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And
yeah,
we just don't acknowledge that.
It's weird to me when you have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, and you're addicted to porn. Like that seems counterproductive.
Terry Crews was talking about that shit.
Who?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been really vocal about it. He's like the only person I've seen that talks about that shit.
Yeah, it's not something you want to advertise necessarily. So what does he say about it?
Oh, I have no idea. I've saw him like saw some video where he was talking about how he fucked up his marriage or something like with porn and whatever.
Yeah. What's CJ? Well, that's all my topics. Did y'all want to talk about anything?
I mean, I think we're 2 hours deep. I mean, we can always come back to more topics.
Right. I'm just saying if there's anything you wanted to add about anything we've already talked about.
I'm gonna find those tapes. I need to see Emerson singing his solo.
I'll ask my dad because my dad probably has them.
I gotta buy like the thing.
I just looked on Amazon. It's like $15.
So, CJ, you said you had some screenshots of that documentary. Can I get them to throw them on a video?
Fuck no.
No, I can't even get screenshots of a documentary.
I gotta look at them. I know they exist.
All right. Well,
I know where the tapes are.
Consider it because I think there's a lot of like nostalgia type things that I like to throw up in the videos, like your Sonic characters or whatever from the past. Nothing embarrassing. But
the Sonic characters aren't embarrassing.
Those tapes are I'm proud of the Sonic shit.
Why are the tapes embarrassing?
Yeah,
But the
see,
Sonic characters aren't. but
right,
the
right.
tapes-
I don't understand because I'm just
It's
asking
like
for a
I am-
screenshot of
alright,
a
alright.
tape.
The tapes are embarrassing because I'm like 15 and I'm filming a documentary. I'm like narrating behind the camera.
Dude, I gotta see this shit.
It's fucking crazy.
Well,
I
yeah,
need to see
I want to
it.
see it independent of the podcast, but I'm not
like,
necessarily saying the
camera
screenshot I
on
want
myself.
is your face.
CJ, the
Nah,
shit that
I get-
killed me, bro, is your old rap videos. Like when you were trying to rap, that shit killed me, dog.
That's the thing. That's the thing about being a creative person is there's a lot of embarrassing shit that you did to get to where you're halfway decent at what you're doing now.
Honestly, bro, most of my old writing is fire. Like I was almost a better writer when I was younger than I am now.
You mean like high school era?
Yeah.
Well, what about before then? There's probably some real stinkers fucking before that.
I mean, when I was like 8, yeah, because you could barely have a fucking coherent thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kids are just fucking stupid as hell. Like, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that I wouldn't want to see again. From like 8
That's
to
funny.
fucking 15. I could
Were
do
you guys
that.
into Legos?
My high school band footage, not embarrassed, like of shows from in high school, but like the rap video, fucking, it's like it was just a bad decision.
But
It's like trying to,
but sometimes
But you wouldn't get where you were.
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
I was trying to figure out how to make music by myself.
Sometimes like making a mistake or whatever is like the best way to learn something.
So nobody's trying to play Call of Duty?
Nah, but I gotta go to bed soon.
All right, I guess I'm going to try to go to Chick-fil-A. Are they still open?
They should be.
It's definitely like this conversation's happened. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
still open.
It has opened. It's happened before.
All right, you all. Well, thanks for hopping on,
Yes, sir.
and we'll have
Yeah,
to do
man.
it again because that was really fun.
Yes, sir. All right.
Peace,
All right.
peace.
Peace out.
Peace, peace.